Oh, hello, welcome back to my tutorial, part 4 of any percent glitchless. So yeah, last time we covered Varya's suit up to Gavran. So, no, not Gavran, we're still in Burenia. So, we don't normally stop at the save room, but, like, this is what we do. So, you want to be walking through, as soon as you get to the pad, do, like, 3 flash shift. Well, like, see this pad right here? This is where you want to start doing the 3 flash shifts. 1, 2, 3. Then do a ledge hop, and then do a jump to a flash. Not what I wanted to show, but... I'll show you what I mean. How I do this section. That's it! That's perfect! So, okay, so... Important concept here. So, something I didn't explain with flash shift yet is that when you flash shift, when there's a cooldown, you can slide into an enemy, and then that'll allow you to buff for 2 more flash shifts. So that's called, like, flash damage chaining, I think, if that's the right term. So you basically flash shift, as soon as the laser enemy gets hit, like, after you get hit, start doing a slide. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show. Okay, this is what I want to show. So, you slide, like, right... So, like, right here, as soon as you get hit, like, basically, all you need to know is you slide before you get hit. Because during this animation, when Samus slides, if she slides into an enemy, she gets iframes, and then she's able to do 2 more flash shifts. That's basically how it works. So yeah. Then you progress, do 1 more flash shift, spin, fall, flash. Flash damage through the enemy like we discussed like earlier, it's the same concept. Then you want to start doing a speed boost. And then I'm going to show how to do it more in depth. Alright, that's how you do it. So like before, like as soon as you get hit, press slide, and then you get to do another flash shift. And then start charging a speed boost here. And then store and let yourself get hit. Then do a ledge hop. Then do a mid-air flash, like right here, where Samus's silhouette is. And then flash, do a wall jump, do a ledge hop, and then sparks right over this enemy. And then do 2 more flash shifts and kill the idol with the melee. So that's how you do that. And now this is the really fun part. I'm going to teach you how to one-cycle Drog. This is really easy. Otherwise, if you don't, you just fight Drog as normal. I'm going to show you how the fight's done in like a 30-second clip. So I can keep this straight and concise. That's one-cycle Drog in a nutshell. So, to start, fire 15 missiles. Do not weave here, because weaving may be actually slower, I think. And then use a charge shot, grapple up, do 2 flash shifts, and shoot the blob. And then, immediately after that, grapple back up. Then do 2 more flash shifts. You want to prepare a charge, and then you want to spam 4 missiles. This is actually hit. You could do 5 missiles to start. I do a charge plus 4. and then you melee, and then you spam 4 missiles and do that. How many times do I melee? Do that 2 times. Basically, what you're looking to do. So think of this. Aim at Drog's core, the pink core. Fire your charge beam and then 4 missiles. Melee, so that way Drog's tentacle stays open. And then melee, do fire 4 missiles and then melee again and fire 4 missiles. And then after that, the tentacle should come out. Melee this to get dropped. Melee and then do a charge and then immediately jump out from the cutscene. And then fire your remaining missiles to kill the boss. That's how you one-cycle Drog. It's really easy. I'm going to demonstrate how. I'm going to just let it play, so that way it looks like should be done in a full run. So yeah. And that's Drog one cycle. Now we're going to show Steve climb. So, exiting the room. So, you'll want to, after you kill Drog, you'll want to do a slide morph into the crumbles. And then you'll be placed right there. Do a slide morph into this tunnel. And then do 3 flash shifts. And this is where the fun begins. So, I'm going to teach you how to do Steve climb. After that, I'm going to teach the other safer alternative. So, first of all, you want to jump and then grapple towards here. And then with that, I'm going to try to explain grapple canceling. So, there are ways to maintain your grapple speed just by holding jump. This is what we're doing here. So, the inputs are, okay, how do I explain this? So, you want to jump, you want to grapple, then basically let go of ZL and Y, but keep holding B. And then see where Samus's grapple beam is? Basically, that is where you want to aim. This is because if you're fast enough, and if you've done it correctly, she will stick to this magnet, and then you'll want to do 2 flash shifts. That is Steve climb. I'm going to explain the other alternative beginner-friendly strats. You could also cloak up here and stuff, but I want to show the other alternative since this is a beginner's tutorial. Steve climb is kind of advanced. It's also really cool, but what you can do instead. That's one way you can do that room. I'm going to show a few more examples. Grapple up here. That is the safe way you can do this room. So basically, what I kind of did is I went onto this magnet, killed the Steve, and then went towards the magnet, killed the other Steve, grappled on, and then grappled on like this. This is what I highly recommend. So anyway, that's it for Burenia. Moving on to Gavrian. Alright. Here's how we do this, bro. So you let's say you've just entered Gavaran, right? So the thing you're gonna do is as soon as you get off the elevator, stop like right kind of where like do you see how there's like two vents by the elevator? There's one to the left and there's one to the right. The one to the right, that's where you stop on. Sam, as soon as you fire the grapple beam, Samus will come into contact with the door. Hold that open. And then as soon as you pull that open, start moving and start doing 1, 2, 3 flash shift. What ends up happening is Samus lands there. Samus lands exactly there. And then that allows her to grapple up and get to the magnets. And then you want to jump and go into more. And that's how you do that room. I'll show you the other I'll show you the other alternative. I'm going to wait for the grapple door to close and then I'm going to show this example. So walk to this pillar and then start charging a speed boost. That's the other way you can do this room. And I'm going to break it down. So it's going to take a while. So when Samus is at the pillar, you start charging speed boost. That's the other alternative to this room. And then when you're about by like right before the plant, you want to jump. Because then Samus and then you want to jump and then midair morph because then that way Samus maintains her speed on the slope rather than she's sliding. And then you'll want to unmorph and then jump towards the magnets. And that's how you do that room. And then pull the grapple block and do a slide morph. You can either melee it or like, I don't know how to do the non-turbo strat, but you can melee it or you can just shoot your beam like that as you're running. And now I'm just going to record the fight and then I'm going to break it down. Okay, we're going to break that down because that was a lot of pieces in one. So the thing you want to do here before you enter the fight is you want to have a Shine Spark ready to charge because, believe it or not, you can actually use a Shine Spark on the gold Robo, similar to the gray Robo. So basically, there's that. So, Shine Sparking the gold Robo will do half its health. Then as soon as you get here, walk forward, and then midair spark. You've already done half of the boss's health. Then, as soon as you're done sparking with the recoil animation, start spamming missiles and then slide into it. Do not tank the red melees. Sliding will only do half an E-tank. This fight, if done optimally, it can only allows up to 1 E-tank. You can do 1 E-tank with this fight safely. If you slide and then fire missiles. He does another red melee, I slide to take contact damage because contact damage is way less than like no, I mean to say body damage is way more safer than the red melee. So you want to just keep sliding and then just firing. If you're low on drops, you could take the blue melee. But the problem is, if you take the blue melee, your missiles do less damage. And I'm going to do a couple stuff. This is still important. So, basically, we're going to do, if I can open up text. Okay. Missiles do not do 50 damage. Missiles do 225 damage. So that's why if you're out of missiles, it is very bad when... Okay, so this is the damage table that you should be looking at. Missiles have higher DPS than Charge Beam. Even though it is fast and quick charge, it's still better to spam missiles just for this reason. So the thing is, the melees do reduce damage, and I don't know how much they do reduce, but just fire missiles into Gavrobo. So, because of Gavro's HP, which I think is 12,000, the Shine Spark does half, which is 6,000. And then you need 29 missiles. You need 29 missiles. Or you need 29 Charge Beam shots. But the 29 missiles is faster. This means if you have 36 missiles and you get good drops from Drog, this is where this matters. If you get good drops from Drog, you're not going to have to do much farming. But if you're low, just melee counter the spider, and then you'll get missile drops. Or you can take the energy refill or the total refill station, which I do not recommend. It's slow, it takes a long time, the animation takes forever. Why spend... And then, here's the thing, in rookie mode, like, you can just run and he'll give you drops anyway. So if you're like 8 missiles short, or 16 missiles short, you can get a good amount of drops. If you have 29, you'll be fine. If you have 36, you'll be fine. So yeah, that's basically that. The other thing is, like, I'm not sure if there's much to say, but yeah. Having 48 missiles is a very safe amount because you can miss a lot and not lose time on the fight. So yeah. I also flash back there because, for some reason, I don't know why I did it. But anyway, the thing is, you just stay your ground, and then as soon as he's dead, he should bomb you with drops, and you should have most of your missiles. I'm going to show the fight, like, in full what it should look like in a run. Before I continue, I should actually hide the text. So yeah. That's what Gavrobo should look like when done optimally. And then, as soon as you exit the door, you'll want to do an air flash. Actually, I'll go back and just show the air flash anyways. It's good to have clarity. Like, right there at the top of the door, that's when you should flash it. And then you kill these stupid bugs since they're irrelevant in any percent in all categories anyways. So basically, you should jump and grapple cancel like we discussed before. It's literally the same concept as Steep Climb, except you only have to do this once. And then jump up, do a flash shift, hang on to the magnet, wall kick, and then do a flash chain. Actually, it's better if I just show and then tell the room, because then I can slow it down. Probably better if I do it that way. To showcase this entire 30-second. Okay, so we're actually going to show this room this time. So, as soon as you enter the enemy zone door, first thing you want to do, jump on this magnet, then jump away from it, do a wall jump, and then flash shift, ledge grab, and then, assuming you have enough Aeon, do 2 more flashes, or 3, and then slide down, and then grapple towards the magnet, and then let go of the stick. and then shoot the block. Do a slide into a coyote jump. Basically do a coyote jump, and then that will allow you to clear all of this. Then you want to do 2 more flash ship. And then you want to speed boost. And then you want to jump. You basically, after speed boosting, grab the ledge, you do 2 more flashes, and then 1 more flash shift with your remaining Aeon. Then do a spin fall to a slide. Anyways, I had something come up. Sorry about the random, awkward pause. So, yeah, basically, let's just move on. Probably edit this part out. Who knows? So, yeah, basically, then once you get off the trap platform, or whatever it's called, basically want to do slide morph and tunnel. Unmorph, and then let the magnet fall. Slide through, and then do 1 flash into a slide. Open the door, lay a bomb, slide, and then open the door. Okay, that's a very bad example of how I do the room. But who cares? Anyways, point is you have super missiles. And then after that, you want to do a flash shift. Then assuming this door is open, do another flash shift. Let me ignore this enemy. Actually, it's better if I do these things just show and tell, rather than trying to explain it on the fly. It's very bad. Not doing this simple. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna grind until I get a good example. There, that's it. Okay. Okay, there's the example that I wanted. So this is a semi-example. Basically, when you grab super missiles, you want to turn around and then do a flash shift like this, and then you want to open the door. Then you want to do another flash shift, and then you want to grapple on up to here where Samus is aiming. Aim towards this point in the magnet. This is where you want to grapple up. And then based on Samus' position, you'll want to do a min or more. Lay a bomb, and then do 2 flash shifts, and then break open the super missile door. Then do 2 more flash shifts. Then you want to do a jump into a min or more. Like here. Like that. That's how you do it. And then you want to open the super missile door. So basically, when you're going through the hole, you'll want to be morphed, and then you'll want to do a ball hop into the hole. And then you do diffusion shots to take out all the bugs, min or morph, and then morph. And now I'm going to teach you Hackathon boost. That's it. Okay, now we're going to break down Hackathon boost. Cool trick. If you don't want to do Hackathon boost, you can just do a couple flash shifts instead. So we break open the super missile door, and we actually walk. We actually just walk through. Then you'll want to jump higher than I did here, because then Samus won't be so stuck. Samus did the 2 flash shifts. She should have been... No, I don't want to delete the file. Then she should have been, closer to here. Then the way that Hackathon boost is consistent for me is that you want to jump. Basically, jump to take damage, like, right where, like, the circle is. That's where you want to take damage. And then you want to jump into it again to get boosted. Basically, it should look like this. That is the rhythm you want. And then open the grapple door, and then 3 air flashes and get on the pad to Elon. And as soon as you get off the pad, you'll want to just start spamming flash shift, and then you'll want to do more flash shift. Then you want to do 3 air flashes. More, lay a bomb, slide, lay a bomb, and then slide morph into the tunnel and lay a bomb. Then what you want to do is just spam the walk, and then I'm going to explain how to do this section. All stuff we've covered. Here's how we're gonna do that. So you do a ledge hop and then do a ledge grab, a ledge hop into a flash shift, and Samus will grab onto this ledge. And then just do quick rises and just go over. Forgot the vocabulary, but like you just want to weave around the platforms, I guess. Basically the same mechanics we've covered in Artaria, but just do it here, I guess. And you want to, as soon as you open the door, air flash at the top of the door frame. So there's that. Then I'm just gonna explain, not... Okay. Basically, here's what we're gonna do. So as soon as the cutscene ends, as soon as we skip the cutscene, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to walk, we're going to do a spinfall, and then we're gonna immediately flash. And then after that flash shift, mid-air morph to where Samus is, and then spam bombs. Then unmorph. As soon as the bomb blocks break, start walking and aiming, shooting towards the door. Then you want to start flash shifting around this height. See where like the little like ring is in the background with like the Chozo statue stuff? That's where you want to flash shift. Samus's like bottom should be like there. Then you should flash shift once, twice, and then 3 times. And then spin and let the fan push you. And then you'll be walking here, do a kind of... Ideally, you should do a spin fall, but I don't know what I was doing there. And then you'll want to... Then you want to flash damage chain. It's the same concept as the laser creature Burenia too. The enemy on our way to Drog. It's literally the same concept. Like, basically just slide and then flash shift. Slide as soon as you get hit and then flash shift. Then you'll want to slide through. And then when you're right here, turn and then flash shift at this height. Then morph. Morph through, spin, slide, then slide flash. Basically, that's the code words I'm going to use when just slide flash. That's all you need to do here. It's the same exact concept as the enemy above, the Chozo zombie above. It's the same concept. Like literally, like just slide flash. When I say slide flash, that's what I mean. And then you want to go through the morph ball launcher. And then shoot the door with missile, obviously. Then jump and then shoot the 2 blocks and then jump and then ledge hop and grab plasma beam. So we have Plasma Beam, right? Now I'm going to break down the speed keep as soon as I just do it. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. First of all, if you're on the Chozo statue, melee, so that way you're positioned. And then shoot the door and start speed boosting, both at the same time. Then you'll want to jump. See the little ring when Samus starts speed boosting? After that happens, you'll want to jump, like, at that moment. Then do wall jumps. Then just jump. And then wall kick. And then wall kick. And then morph. So that way Samus releases her shard shots. And then unmorph again. And then what you want to do here is angle down the door and then start morphing to a ball. This will keep Samus's speed. And then store it. Store the Shine Spark. And then wall kick here. And then grapple up. And then do 2 flash shifts after jumping. Flash shifts after jumping off the magnet. And then spin here, and then kill the Idor with the Shine Spark. If you didn't do that, you would have to kill the Idor normally. This is just a tiny bit faster. So there's that. Okay, so I'm going to explain some things. So, we're actually going to use this picture instead. So, the first thing you do here is that, so this boss fight's a lot of mashing. I'm going to show a few examples of 20 Hz and 12 Hz and what you can do here. So the idea is raw DPS. So if you're going to be using 20 Hz turbo, the strat is really simple and free, then it's going to take like 2 minutes of grinding. So all you want to do here is you want to spam your beams and you'll want to do missile weaving. So that means, in this case, you hold the shoot button and release missiles in a rhythm. Basically, if he gives you the ground RNG for phase 1, you just need to stand there and shoot. Okay, that was really good RNG. And now I'm going to reload the checkpoints. I'm actually going to show what you do for if you get good RNG. So, you see here he gave me ground. All I'm doing is raw shooting. Because if he stays on the ground, you can just keep attacking him. Alternatively, he can jump in the air, and then you need to, like, aim and track him with your beams. That's a little bit slower, but it's still just as fast. Don't want to go back to albums. Thank you. You can see I'm using about 12 Hz turbo right now. This is what you do. This is the beginner strat. I haven't done this version of the fight in like 2 years. Perfect way to kill myself. So I want to show a few variants of phase 3. Then I'm going to break down each variant of the fight. I think that's what we're going to do. You can see the Mocking Warriors a lot slower on 12. Okay, so this is what the beginner strat is going to do. And then I think I'm going to fully break down the advanced strat, even though I've already done that. So, you enter into the room. The same idea as the advanced strat. You just want to be firing the raw DPS. If he jumps, you'll want to track him, like on the wall. Like aim and then fire your beam and track where the Chosen Warrior is going to be. If he stays on the ground, keep attacking him with your beam. And then with enough damage, he should be into phase 2. Ground is by far the best RNG. Wall is worse, but doesn't waste that much time. And then, if he gives wall, you track him, and then, or you can just position, and then aim and jump over the, like, goo attack or whatever he spits out. So, fire your beam, you can flash shift over him, you can jump and flash, and rinse and repeat. And that's the safer beginner's method. Now I'm going to show the really advanced strat. Okay, basically phase 1 is a lot faster. If you're using 20 Hz turbo or fast mash, you just stand and shoot him. Okay, this is the RNG I want to show. Okay, this is what we're gonna do for phase 2. This is the advanced phase 2. So see how he comes up to the wall? My shots had to break, so I had to come up to the wall. And I had to just start running and shooting. And then, see how he, like, comes over here? I watch the Chozo, and I watch his movements so I can start aiming towards where he's headed. And then I jump and shoot, and then I keep attacking him with raw DPS. That's what you do. Did I show... So, alternatively, with the Chozo, basically, what I just explained is kind of the non-optimal RNG. If he gives you the optimal RNG, which is just ground for phase 1 and phase 2, you just keep raw attacking him. That's all you do. Which means, like, in other terms, this is, like, what we do. When I say raw attacking, this is exactly what I'm meaning. Just want to stay on the ground and just keep firing your shots. Alright, here's what we're going to do. So, this is going to be a part 4.2 because I cannot get greatest time save. So here's the thing. I'm going to cut off all of that with, like, the stuff. So here's what we're going to do. So you're right here, right? So you just killed Elon Warrior. You just shot him with your 20 Hz or 12 Hz, whatever mash you have. I want to do 1, 2, 3, and then more. What do you want to do? And then open the door and flash. Perfect. That's the example I wanted. Okay, so we're going to break down greatest time save. So you are right here. And then you want to start speed boosting. And you want to be holding a charge beam. You want to be holding a charge beam. You want to be running. You want to store right, like a tile from where the goo starts. Then you'll want to be store, and then you want to press B and right in one motion. So down and then B and right as one motion. And then, as soon as you Shine Spark the creature, as soon as you Shine Spark the Chozo zombie, release your charge by pressing R. And then this door will open. And that'll show you what you should not be doing, and what a failure attempt looks like. So, hold on. So Samus is right here. She stores. Then she releases the charge. In this attempt, Samus releases the charge beam too late, so she bonks the door. That's kind of the greatest time save. So it uses something we call R-Shot tech, which isn't really a glitch in my opinion, but yeah, basically R-Shot tech is used to open doors while Shine Sparking. This will be later used in Hanubia, so yeah. With greatest time save out of the way, we're going to be moving on to we're going back to Gab. Okay, so with this speed keep, the Gavran speed keep, I'm not sure what it's called, the post Gavran, I'm not remembering. As soon as you get off the pad, do 2 flashdowns. Then open the door. Then you want to start speed boosting. Hold the charge while you're doing this. Alternatively, you can just shoot the door while you're running, but I like holding a charge open. So, as soon as you release the speed booster, when you get out of the door, jump right here, and then use your charge beam, like, right here, because then that charge beam, like, the charge shot that's going through the door, you not only kill the enemy, but the charge shot is going to hit the door, but going to allow you to jump, and then keep holding a charge. And then run through, wall kick here, and then wall kick here, and then morph. And then you should kill the Chozos off. Then keep running through the Atom Room, since he's on voicemail. The other thing you want to do is, after you get through the door, jump. Jump and then morph. Jump, morph, and then keep running through. Then slide morph, and then jump, and then wall jump here. Midair morph. And then, okay, so then you unmorph, you wall kick here, then you do 2 more wall jumps, and then you midair morph. If the Emmy is where Samus is at, you delay the wall jump. You delay it because that way the Emmy will move out of the way, and then Samus will be able to go through. Basically, I'm going to use the pen. So, let's say the Emmy is right here. Right? Let's say the Emmy is right here. Well, here's the thing. If you stall on the wall, the Emmy is going to move out of the way, and the midair morph is going to compress Samus's hitbox enough to where she can escape. It's hard to show because I don't know where a good example of this could be, but basically, if you get the spawn, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is another way you can avoid danger. Otherwise, if you're unsure, you can just feel free to wait. This is a glitchless speedrun after all. Alright, now I'm going to teach you how to do Glitchless Early Ice. So, there's a few variants that I'll be teaching. Be teaching Super GEI and the normal standard GEI. So, I'm just going to do it, and then I'm just going to show and tell each example. Okay, that was super. So, here's how we do it. So, this is super. Ignore my failures. So when you come through the Emmy zone door after doing the post Gav speed heat, thing you want to do is you want to lay a bomb block and then automorph into the tunnel. Then you want to do 3 flash shifts. After you do that, Samus should land somewhere between where she is now, maybe a couple tiles away. You want to be speed boosting at that point. Then you'll want to be morphing at a very specific position. If you morph too early or too late, Samus will not keep her speed. You need to morph somewhere like right here, I think. A couple frames later, you need to then morph. And then, here's what we're going to do. We're going to morph and then jump about 60% into the tunnel. See the little plants? Like, there's 2 plants in the tunnel. See, like, the second plant? That's where you want to jump morph into the tunnel. And then, that is important because we need to be able to keep our speed into the next room. And then, assuming that goes correctly, Samus will then keep her speed up till here. And then, what we're going to do is, we do not... So, here's something important to know about this trick. Do not unmorph until you actually land on the ground, because if you don't, Samus will lose her speed. If you get the timing correctly, landing on the ground will just become in your muscle memory because it just puts you in that position. And then you want to just jump. Okay, I'm not ready for Super GEI yet, but... Okay. Okay, so... Okay, this is the one I wanted. Cool. So the same steps as before. So then after assuming you got the unland the ground correctly, you then store right here. Store your Shine Spark right here, not earlier, because you have more time to react. So then you'll want to jump and then grapple as high as you can. So then she'll end up right here after you fall. And then you'll want to do a wall jump and grab the magnets. And then after you grab the magnets, you'll want to jump a little higher because then you could end up stubbing your toe and that could ruin your entire speed keep if you're not fast enough. So you want to jump a lot higher. Like, you want to jump, like, maybe half a tile higher, and then Samus should flash shift. But either way, it was fine in this case. And then after you get through the Emmy zone, spin jump and let your Shine Spark charge. Like, then you can Shine Spark away. The other thing I want to explain is Emmy spawns. So, here's the thing about Super GEI. It avoids all Emmy spawns and the possible RNG of having just to jump over it. So let's say the Emmy is right here. I'm going to take a straight shot, and then I'm going to do a circle. Okay, this is going to be a lot faster this time, I promise. So, it's not what I want. Photos, edit with photos. Don't want OneDrive. Cancel. Okay, so I'm going to turn on display capture. Okay. So okay, so we have the screenshot. So let's say the Emmy is right here. Well, as soon as Samus lands on the platform, she has to do a really awkward, like, go around the Emmy and then wall kick over there. So that's something you can do. Super GI completely, goes like. So Super GI goes like this, and then boom, and then boom around this. So that's why you can do Super GI and not worry about this Emmy spawn right here. But if you're not doing Super GI, you have to awkwardly jump around it, hope you don't get hit. If you get hit, you have to retry, which kind of sucks. So basically, there's that. That's the kind of the major spawn you should be worrying about with this trick. So, other than the awkward jump, this trick is pretty free. Now I'm going to toe shoot super. The same stuff as before with regular GI. You don't want to be storing immediately. Do a jump, like right here. Delay your wall jump off where the little, like, dust is. So wall jump off, like, the edge of the wall, like the highest tile possible, and then you want to wall jump where Samus is. Like, I'm going to take screenshots and then show the visual cue. So, okay, it's going to take 2 seconds. Don't want to open a Word. My gosh, cancel. Thank you. I don't care right now. I'm doing a tutorial, Microsoft. I clicked the wrong thing, so. There, now I'm going to turn on display capture. Okay, done. Okay, perfect. Alright, just verifying. So, basically, I'm going to do markup. Basically, right here where I have the circle is where Samus needs to wall jump. Then she's going to go bam to bam. Then she's going to go bam to bam up there. And then, like what we discussed with the Emmy spawn, there's no RNG. You have to time the jump, though. But yeah, basically, wall jump, like, right here and right here. And then Samus will be sent to here and then here. So basically, yeah. Though the circles are basically the jump points. So that's that. That's basically how it works. Because being able to keep your speed for longer means you can actually Shine Spark the Mushroom Room, which I'm going to break down in a second. So, yeah. So see how I'm able to just avoid the Emmy spawn? Like what I just did right there? You have to be quick on your jump, though. But there's no RNG in case you get that Emmy spawn. Because sometimes you'll get unlucky and sometimes you'll lose runs to this trick. Then you'll just jump, 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 jump. Do lower jumps because it is very easy to overshoot the door. Then store where Samus did the Sonic Boom. Store right there. And then she'll go through the door, she'll have a Shine Spark charged, morph to morph boost, and then Shine Spark just a tile away from where the water light is. And then she'll Shine Spark all the way up, and you can do 2 flash shifts to get through the door. If you don't do that, you're gonna have to do Mushroom Room. So let's say you did Mushroom Room. I'm just gonna water bomb jump for convenience. Don't actually do this in a run. Gonna save time and energy. So with GI, you're gonna, well, I'll just show it and explain. But anyway, the thing I need to say before I demonstrate is that with GEA, you're going to be landing right here. You're not going to be able to Shine Spark the Mushroom Room, which is slower, but yeah, doable. Okay, this is how you do Mushroom Room. Ignore the water bomb jump. So yeah, basically... So grab the ledge, wall kick and then flash shift, and then do another wall kick. Grab the mushroom. No, I don't want to delete the file. Grab the mushroom, do a ledge hop, and then jump and then flash, and then do another quick hop. And then do a wall jump into a flash shift. And then basically combine a wall jump into a flash chain. Like right here. Basically wall jump, flash, and then ledge grab, and then flash. That's all you need to do. Then slide more, and then jump and shoot the charge beam door. And then after you do that, you'll slide through. I'm gonna show 2 spawns. If he didn't give you a spawn, it's gonna be perfect for explaining. Okay, this is perfect. Okay. Alright, we're gonna screenshot and I'm going to explain what you do if you ever get this nasty, nasty, nasty spawn. Turn on display capture. Okay, it's working. So, did I screenshot it? Okay, perfect. There, we have the correct screenshot that time. So, if you ever get this Emmy spawn, like right here where the circle is, what you're going to do is go down, slide cloak, or alternatively, you can get frozen by the enemy, and then you just need to turn around and then speed boost quickly. This is not a touchscreen, unfortunately. So, basically, you can alternatively slide cloak. But yeah, or you can either cloak, or you cannot cloak and just gamble on the fact that the enemy could very well be there, but could not. So yeah, basically, as soon as you get down there, you want to speed boost. Let me go back to OBS, and then basically, without the Emmy being there, you want to go to the very edge of this corner, and then you want to start speed boosting. Then store where the central unit is. Store where the central unit is. And then you want to B and then up instantly. You want to insta-spark like that. And then the shell will break. Then just B mash or weave or whatever mash methods you've got to your disposal. And then go through all the text, then kill this door. I'm going to explain this Emmy fight. Okay, perfect. That's the ideal Emmy fight you want. We're gonna now break down the fight without the fanfare running for too long. So, shoot, this is kind of going to be hard to explain. Basically, you wanted to do a speed boost, and then you wanted to jump. You wanted to jump, and then do a wall jump with your speed booster, and then flash shift, and then flash shift. Basically, do a couple flash chains there. So yeah, there's that. So all I'm trying to say is you speed boost as soon as you get to the Emmy zone door, and then you jump, and see the little dust from when Samus jumped? That's when you want to jump. This is a kind of a bad recording of it, but the point is, like, that's what you do. And you want to wall jump, and then jump, and then jump. Do a couple flash shifts. And then this door should be open, but for some reason it wasn't. I might have been too slow or something. I don't know. But basically, you want to fire out the door, and then you want to fire out this Emmy, and just aim and track the head. That's all you're doing. And then fire the Mega Blaster when you're done. And then that's how you kill Ice Missile Emmy. Now we have Ice Missiles. Assuming you're placed right here, you want to do a flash. Then aim towards the door. One or two more flashes. 1, 2, 3. Melee off of here, and then shoot, and then morph down. Alright, so that concludes part 4 of this tutorial. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope I was concise and clear. And stuff. Before we go, I'm going to explain this movement section. Basically, flash shift here. Aim open the door. As soon as you aim open the door after the ledge grab, you do a flash shift, and then after your slide, you do 1, 2, 3 more flash shifts up to here. Then you want to melee off of here. Then you'll want to shoot an ice move. And then you'll want to shoot down and then morph. And then you want to shoot the door. And that's how you do that. And then that's it for this tutorial. So yeah, basically fall down here and then shoot the plasma beam cover. So yeah, that's it. That's it for now.